Before you check your phone, before you scroll mindlessly, before you let the noise of the world flood your mental space, stop, just for a moment, and ask yourself something that most people are too afraid to confront. What if today was your last day alive? Would you be proud of how you spent your morning? Would you be proud of the way you let your attention get hijacked by notifications, trends, and other people's agendas? Or would you realize too late that you gave your final hours to nothing that mattered? Most people, they wake up lost, drifting, controlled by dopamine and distractions. They go straight from sleep into slavery, to screens, to stress, to schedules they never consciously chose. They walk straight into battle, completely unarmed, no mindset, no armor, no clarity, and by the time life hits them in the face, it's already too late. But not you. You're not here to be like most people. You're here because something inside you refuses to settle for mediocrity. You're here because you want control, not over the world, but over yourself. And that is where real power begins. Welcome to Stoic Spark. This is not just another morning motivation video. This is not a feel-good dose of temporary hype. This is psychological weaponry, a mental forge, a battlefield of ancient Stoicism, fused with the sharp edge of dark psychology. Here, we don't just talk about wisdom, we live it. We carve it into our minds like armor, piece by piece, every single morning. By the end of this video, you'll walk away with 10 rules, 10 meditations that will rewire your perception of reality. Tools designed to remind you who you are, what truly matters, and how to crush the noise before it crushes you. But first, I want to see who's really serious, who's ready to stop reacting and start mastering their mind. If that's you, I want you to pause this video right now and drop this in the comments. I command my mind. I don't negotiate with weakness. Say it, write it, declare it. Let that phrase be the first act of dominance over your day. Now breathe deep, clear your mind. Let's begin. Number 1, wake up with death in mind. Every morning before your feet touch the floor, whisper this to yourself: I could die today. Not to be morbid, not to depress yourself, but to wake up, because nothing rips away delusion faster than the sharp edge of mortality. The Stoics called this memento mori, remember you must die. And this wasn't some poetic reminder, it was a psychological weapon, a blade of truth. Because when you face death first, everything else shrinks. That email, it's not life or death. That argument, not worth your peace. That fear of judgment, completely irrelevant. Most people live like they have unlimited time. They procrastinate on their purpose. They delay hard conversations. They keep toxic relationships. Why? Because death is abstract to them. They think they're immortal, even as time slips through their fingers like sand. But the Stoic, you wake up with your eyes open. You treat today like a battlefield, and death is the general watching your every move. You don't get paralyzed by it. You're sharpened by it. You act with urgency. You speak with purpose. You live while others sleepwalk. And here's the dark psychology behind this. When you accept death, truly accept it, you become untouchable. They can't manipulate you with fear. They can't bait you with status. They can't control you with anxiety about the future, because you've already looked the worst-case scenario in the face and said, let it come. I'm ready. So tomorrow morning, don't just wake up, resurrect. Look in the mirror and remind yourself, you owe death a day, and that day might be today. So act like it. And if you're still here, still with me, drop this in the comments right now to lock it into your subconscious. I live like time owes me nothing, because it doesn't. Let the world waste time. You're already ahead. Number 2, control versus chaos. The dichotomy of control. Here's one brutal truth most people never grasp. You suffer more from your illusion of control than from chaos itself. Epictetus broke it down centuries ago, but it's still ignored in modern life. He said, "Some things are up to us, and some things are not." That's it. That's the filter, the gateway to peace. You want less stress, less anxiety, then split your entire reality into two categories: what's mine to control and what's not. You can control your effort, not the outcome. You can control your response, not what they say. You can control your thoughts, not the chaos outside. But most people, they bleed themselves dry trying to control the uncontrollable. They obsess over being liked. They rage at traffic. They spiral because someone didn't text back in time. It's madness, and worse, it's self-inflicted madness. Here's the Stoic edge, and here's where dark psychology comes in. The moment you stop chasing control over externals, you become terrifyingly calm. Why? Because you're unpredictable, you're unbothered, you're not reacting to life like a puppet, you're operating from choice. When someone insults you and you feel nothing, that's power. When plans fall apart and you adapt instantly, that's power. When the world burns and you stay composed, that's power. You're not numb, you're in command. You've unplugged from the chaos matrix most people live in. They'll try to provoke you, they'll try to pull your strings, but nothing sticks because you've internalized the dichotomy, you've weaponized it. So tomorrow morning, when the world starts demanding your energy, say this to yourself like a vow: if it's not in my control, it doesn't get my soul. And yeah, drop that in the comments if it hits. If it's not in my control, it doesn't get my soul. Let them spiral, let them chase. You choose stillness. You choose power. Number 3, the power of indifference. Life is going to hit you. That's not pessimism, it's a forecast. Plans will fall apart. People you trust will disappoint you. You'll lose money, time, even parts of yourself. And in those moments, you have two choices: resent the chaos or rise through it. The Stoics chose something far more radical. They didn't just survive misfortune, they loved it. Amor fati, the love of fate. Not tolerate it, not endure it, love it. Every broken piece, every closed door, every failure. Amor fati is the mindset of warriors and philosophers, the ones who don't wait for perfect conditions. They make meaning from the mess. They see pain not as punishment, but as permission to grow, to sharpen, to evolve. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it." That's you. You're the fire. Every hardship is fuel. The betrayal, fuel. The loneliness, fuel. The rejection, more fuel. You turn every scar into steel. This is not weakness pretending to be strength. This is actual strength, forged through indifference to what others would crumble under. Here's where dark psychology adds a layer most people ignore. When you detach emotionally from the outcome, when you truly embrace what is, you cannot be controlled. You can't be manipulated with fear. You can't be seduced by comfort. You don't crave a smooth path. You crave resistance because you know resistance builds resilience. So the next time life doesn't go your way, don't curse it. Don't run. Lean in. Smile. Whisper to yourself, "Good, I needed this." And if you really feel that in your soul, drop it in the comments right now. Burn it into your identity. The fire only makes me sharper. You're not chasing an easy life. You're building an indestructible one. That's amor fati. Number 4, the enemy is comfort. Embrace voluntary hardship. Comfort is the most seductive poison in the modern world. It whispers to you, it tempts you with ease, with safety, with softness. But underneath the warm surface of comfort lies decay, weakness, stagnation. The Stoics understood this. That's why they voluntarily practiced hardship. Not because they were masochists, but because they knew what comfort was trying to steal, their edge. Seneca, a man of wealth and power, would deliberately sleep on the floor, eat the simplest food, and wear the roughest clothes, just to remind himself, I don't need luxury. I don't fear discomfort. Because once you train yourself to suffer on purpose, the world loses its grip on you. You're no longer fragile. You're not shocked when hardship arrives. You've already sparred with it in the dark. Here's the dark psychological truth. Comfort doesn't just make you soft, it makes you easy to control. Soft minds are compliant. Soft bodies are dependent. Soft people are easy to break. That's why you must choose the hard path, daily. Wake up earlier than you want. Push your body when it protests. Do the thing you're avoiding. Let your weakness scream, and keep going anyway. Discomfort is your arena. Every time you say no to ease, you're not just building discipline. You're proving to yourself that you're not a slave to sensation. You are in charge. And that self-respect, that fire, that's what makes you different. So tomorrow morning, don't just go through the motions. Seek friction. Turn the cold shower colder. Run when you want to rest. Read when your brain wants dopamine. Show yourself what you're made of, not when it's easy, but when it's absolutely not. And if you're about that life, not just listening, but living it, then pause and comment right now. Comfort is the enemy. I train for war. This is how warriors are made, not in moments of glory, but in the silent, brutal, uncelebrated choices no one else is willing to make. Number 5, you are not your thoughts. Master the inner critic. Here's a truth most people never realize, and it ruins them. Not every thought in your head is yours, and not every voice deserves to be obeyed. The Stoics knew this. Marcus Aurelius himself wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." But here's what he didn't need to say, because he lived it. You are not your thoughts. You are the observer, the judge, the master. And the moment you forget that, you become a prisoner in your own mind. Most people, they're slaves to the inner critic. You know the one. You're not good enough. You'll fail again. Why even try? That voice isn't truth. It's fear, ego, trauma, programming. A whisper from a younger version of you. Or worse, a voice implanted by someone who wanted you small. Here's the psychological twist. The darker edge most won't talk about. The inner critic is only as powerful as your attachment to it. The moment you observe it, like a scientist examining data, it loses its venom. You separate, you transcend. You become the calm general in a war zone, hearing the noise, but acting with intent. You must train this detachment every morning. Watch your thoughts arise like clouds and ask, is this useful? Is this true? Does this serve me? If not, dismiss it, like a king brushing away flies. Your mind is your kingdom, and no intruder walks in without your permission. Repeat this with me, not quietly, not timidly, but like a command. I am not my thoughts. I am the one who decides. And if that hit, like really hit, drop it in the comments now to anchor it in. I am not my thoughts. I am the one who decides. This is the death of self-sabotage. This is the birth of self-mastery. Number 6, silence is strength. Stop oversharing. In a world addicted to noise, silence is a weapon. Everyone's talking, tweeting, posting, venting, oversharing, trying to be seen, trying to be heard, trying to prove they matter. But here's what the Stoics knew, and what dark psychology confirms. The one who speaks least holds the most power. You don't need to announce your every move. You don't need to explain yourself to everyone who questions you. You don't need to share your goals to get validation. The more you reveal, the more you give away. And every piece of yourself you hand over for approval is a piece of your power you'll never get back. Seneca said, "The best ideas are common property. But the most dangerous ideas, the most ambitious plans, keep them to yourself, because the moment you speak them, they become open to corruption, to doubt, to judgment, to envy. The moment you talk, you give people a target. When you're silent, you're unreadable, and unreadable is unbreakable. There's a reason predators in the wild don't roar before they strike. They move in silence, watch, wait, then hit with precision. You must become that. Say less, observe more, think deeper, and speak only when your words are sharp enough to matter. And here's something most people never consider. The more people know about your inner world, the easier you are to manipulate. The world doesn't need access to your thoughts, your dreams, your next move. Keep them guessing, keep them wondering, keep them off balance. So tomorrow, practice silence. Don't announce your grind, show it. Don't explain your boundaries, enforce them. Don't broadcast your pain, process it privately. Then walk into the world calm, calculated, and unreadable. And if this hits you where it matters, lock it in with a comment. Power grows in silence. Say less, mean more. That's the Stoic way. Number 7. Status is an illusion. Stop chasing approval. Status is a game for the insecure. Likes, titles, followers, nameplates, name drops, all of it is a carefully constructed cage. And most people, they're sprinting to decorate their prison. They chase status because they don't know who they are without it. But here's the brutal truth. Status is an illusion, and chasing it is the fastest way to lose yourself. The Stoics warned about this trap over 2,000 years ago. Marcus Aurelius, literal emperor of Rome, said, "Ambition means tying your well-being to what other people say or do. That's not strength, that's slavery. If your identity is built on being admired, then anyone who withdraws their attention becomes your master. One opinion, and you're shaken. One insult, and you spiral. One unreturned message, and your day's ruined. You don't need to be liked. You need to be rooted. You don't need applause. You need integrity. When you live by principle, you can walk through fire and still keep your spine straight. But when you live for approval, even a gust of wind can shatter you." Dark psychology teaches something cold but freeing. Most people are too busy with their own insecurities to ever truly admire or hate you. So stop living for their praise. Most of it is shallow, most of it is fake, and the moment you stop performing, it vanishes. Let it. You weren't built to impress. You were built to endure, evolve, and execute. So stop dressing for attention. Stop posting for validation. Stop speaking for applause. Strip away everything that isn't yours. Because when you let go of needing to be seen, that's when you finally see yourself. If this resonates, and it should, pause and comment this below with full conviction. I don't chase approval. I anchor in truth. That's your identity now, rooted, unshakable, unbothered by noise. Number 8. Build the fortress within. There is only one place in this world that the chaos can't reach. It's not your bedroom, not your savings account, not some faraway escape in the mountains. It's inside you, your inner citadel. The Stoics didn't just preach resilience, they built it, quietly, brick by brick. They called it the inner citadel, a mental stronghold no one else could see, but everything depended on. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire, but he knew the only kingdom that truly mattered was the one between his ears. Because when the empire burns, when people betray you, when life rips away everything you thought was certain, all you're left with is you. So ask yourself, is your mind a fortress or a ruin? Do you wake up prepared for war or hoping the world goes easy on you? This isn't about optimism. It's not about pretending things will be okay. It's about becoming the kind of person who says, even if they aren't, I will be. Every meditation in this video has been a brick. Memento mori, the reminder that death stalks you, keeping your actions razor sharp. The dichotomy of control, filtering the noise, choosing where your power goes. Amor fati, embracing the storm instead of hiding from it. Silence, self-mastery, discomfort, detachment. These aren't motivational fluff. These are stone and steel, and your mind is the structure. And here's the dark truth the world won't tell you. No one is coming to build it for you. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to fix your mental walls when they crack. You either build it or you break. And when you don't, life doesn't wait. The storm comes anyway. But when you build that citadel, truly build it, something amazing happens. The world loses its leverage. No insult rattles you. No failure defines you. No applause intoxicates you. You are no longer pushed around by every emotion, every comment, every headline. You sit at the center of the chaos, calm, sharp, still, because you've trained for this, because you chose this, because you built this. So here's the challenge and the reward. Every morning, wake up and lay one more brick, one more act of discipline, one more quiet refusal to give in, one more mental rep, until your mind becomes a place that even your worst day can't enter without permission. And if you're truly building it, not just dreaming about it, not just watching videos about it, but living it, then prove it. Stamp it into your identity. Drop it in the comments right now. My mind is my fortress. Nothing gets in without my permission. This is your power. This is your peace. And no one can take it unless you open the gates. Now you know the truth. The world doesn't get easier. You get stronger. And not by accident, but by design, by ritual, by waking up every single morning and choosing the hard path, the path of awareness, of self-command, of resilience, the path of a modern-day Stoic. You've just walked through 10 principles that most people will never grasp, let alone live. And if you made it this far, that means you're not like most people. You're not here to feel good for 5 minutes. You're here to build something, a resilient mind, an unshakable identity, a legacy of inner strength that no algorithm, no comment section, no crisis can shake. But here's the catch. Watching this isn't enough. Knowing these truths isn't enough. You have to live them, daily. This video, it should be your morning ritual. Come back to it, re-watch it, breathe it in until these meditations become automatic armor, until your first thoughts every day are not fear, distraction, or weakness, but presence, power, and control. So here's your challenge. Pick one of these meditations, just one, and live it tomorrow like your life depends on it, because in many ways it does. Then come back here, drop a comment, share what you experienced. Let others see what happens when philosophy becomes action. And if this video lit something inside you, if you felt that spark, comment below one final time. I'm not watching, I'm becoming. Let that replace every excuse you've ever made. Let that be the difference between you and the rest. Because you're not just here to consume content. You're here to become something greater, forged in silence, tempered by discipline, and driven by truth. If you're ready to keep building your inner citadel, hit that like button right now. Subscribe to Stoic Spark and turn on notifications so you never miss the fire that fuels your growth. This isn't the end, it's just the beginning. See you in the next one, warrior.